Hello. Got Moet here. Marigny's over there working with Taylor. And today we are teaching them stay. We love stay. Stay is perfect because it builds into that impulse control that we've been talking about, really important. However, we do find that wait is a better command because wait is actually teaching them not to go through doorways. So stay is one of those things where we definitely want you to practice, but if you had to choose between the two, definitely practice wait just a little bit more. But going back into what stay is, so stay is a fixed position, meaning that whatever position we place them in, they need to stay. The only thing that they're allowed to move is their head. They can move it, side to side, up and down, but if they move their legs or decide to break their stay, no dice. They're not going to get a reward.
Sliding, not included.
Yeah, sliding. We have been working it down. I will be working Miss Moe on a carpet over here so that she will not slide, so we'll succeed. So make sure when you're practicing with them that you're not working against the grain, and if they're sliding on the floor, just do a down stay versus a sit stay. And talk about that more. I am practicing a sit stay with Miss Moe. So that she learns to just stay put for a while during sitting, but I highly recommend doing both, teaching her to down and stay. All right, I'm going to jump right in and show you what this looks like. Very important is most people, when they start learning stay, they tell the dog stay, dog doesn't know what that means, and they just go ahead and walk across the room. Make sure you don't do that because that's really distracting, and we need to make sure that they understand that stay means to stay for a long period of time. So the first thing we're actually working on is time, and you'll notice that for the first few moments you're going to see I'm just going to mark it for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then when I feel like she's got a pretty good swing at things like she's cheating right now, then I'm going to stretch for longer periods of time, and I may mess around with my feet to see if she can even deal with distractions. You free? Come on.
Good. He's sliding.
All right, so I am not telling her to sit or down. I'm just giving her the hand signal. Good. Stay. The hand signal for stay is a flash, and make sure you put that hand away, otherwise most dogs will try to give you a high five or try to see what's in your hand. Good girl. And you're free. Good job. Most important thing about the stay is that you are releasing them with their release word. Otherwise, you're going to get a dog that is going to learn to break their own stay and not necessarily know what that means. So make sure that you're definitely telling them, hey, free after the stay, or it's virtually useless. And be mindful that stay is not a fun behavior for dogs, so make sure that you're only practicing this very short periods of time. Come on.
Okay.
Let's go.
Stay.
Good girl. Good job. Boy. Good. Stay.
Good job. Stay.
Good girl. Good. You're free. Had about 8 to 10 seconds there. I'm going to stretch for a little bit more. Hey, you gotta leave it. Good girl. Come on, Moe. Good job. Good. Moe. Stay.
Yes. Good. That was 10 seconds, girl. Good girl. I gotta check over my hands. Yeah. All right, you free? You do it.
Good girl. Good job. You're free. So we're stretching for just a little bit more time there, but not making it unreasonable. They are very young puppies, so always keep that in mind. However, them being young doesn't mean that they can't perform. So definitely try this out when you get home because it'll be hugely beneficial for both of them to learn to quit all the pitter patter and just kind of hold their horses really quick. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how Marigny is doing.
Hey there, Marigny's turn. So really important, one thing that we forgot to mention is that we like to base all of our impulse control behaviors on behaviors where the dog has to stay in a certain position, particularly for stay. We want to make sure that we cover the 3 Ds. 3D literally meaning duration, distance, and distraction. So for Marigny Moe, really important for every young dog learning how to stay and do any kind of behavior like this is that we focus on time first and then distraction and then distance. So to make it make more sense, if they don't have the time and if they can't deal with you moving or sounds, how can you expect your dog to stay in a fixed position if you're going to walk away? Walking away involves time and also involves distractions. So with Marigny and both Moe, we are both adding little distractions here and there. You may hear me or may see me tap my foot or mess with something, or you may see Gio tap her foot or move slightly. We are adding these small slight distractions and while adding time to see how well they can stay. Then once they get really good at this, then we want to add distance to it. But we're not really focused on this. We want to make sure they can handle distractions first. And just being around each other, just so you know, Moe and Marigny sit together all the time. they are huge distractions for each other. So let's move right into it. So Marion is really tired, as you can see. We've been doing sit-stay on the ground, on the actual floor. She's done a really amazing job with this. I'm actually really surprised at how far she's come in this short session. Come, Marion. Are you gonna get up? Come. Are you tired? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Okay, there we go. All right, so really quick, like Gio said, I'm not going to say sit. I'm going to make sure I keep my words as minimal as possible. If I say sit, stay, I may actually confuse her. I just want it to be a stay, because she may decide to do a down stay in the future. Mary, what you doing? Give me for a second. Mary, what you smell? Oh my goodness, something smells really good over here, but this smells better. Come on. Good girl. Okay. Good. All right, I'm going to give it a hand signal. Good. Good. Stay. So she slid the spine. Stay. Good job. So the first thing we'll focus on is time. That was about 5 seconds right there. So the next time I'm going to add a little bit of time to it. So let's say I went to 5 seconds and jumped to 10 seconds. She may not stay with 10 seconds, so you want to make sure you are gradually increasing the criteria slowly. So maybe go from 5 to 7, not 5, 10, 15, if that makes any sense. Stay. Good job. Good job. So Mary tells on herself. So at that moment, she looked down. The reason I decided to make that stay short and keep it at 5 seconds, she looked down, and that told me that she may have broken her stay on her own very soon. So really pay attention to their body language. If they're moving around, if she's starting to bark a little bit, if they're starting to move a little bit, wiggle, then maybe you should make your stay shorter. Stay. Or, okay, now I'm doing down, so she's very tired. Here. Sit. Pushing it down, stay. I'm going to play around with talking a little bit. Talking can also be a distraction. Typically, when we teach stay or when we're doing this, we're really quiet. Because I'm talking to you at the camera. Man, oh, there's a turkey right there. Okay, try it again. This is hard. Stay is one of the most complex behaviors. Okay. Good girl. How about you going to and then down? Let's see if we should going down. No, she has not done down on the floor, I believe. So I'm going to pour her face.
Girl.
Get real low so she can see me. Hey. Good. Good job. Mary, you want to try to sit her down? Okay, sit. Mary. Good. Stay. Moe just barked. Good job, good job, good job. I kept it short again because Moe made a sound and she heard her. So really brief view how we start doing stay. This is just the start of stay. This is not the finished one. But however, you can practice as you saw. And if you want to take it a step further, go ahead. Let us know how that goes. But these two did really good today. If you have any questions, let us know. Bye.